if the seat belt in your car isn't retracting properly, it might need a clean. And I have found this way of cleaning to be very effective. So what I do is soak as much of the seat belt in detergent. I've got dishwashing detergent and clothes washing detergent, so it's a pretty thick mix of hot soapy detergent, and I soak it in there for 5 minutes. Next thing I do is get the seat belt and put it along a piece of timber, a bit of 4x2, about 1 metre long, and I clamp the seat belt onto it with a very tight clamp. You can see the bottom is in here. And now this is a bit awkward to show you one-handed, but I'll just give you the idea. I get a very stiff brush and I scrub this way, crossways, and then I go up and down, and I do it, turn the belt over, do the other side as well, and you just keep going until the dirt stops coming. And then I tip this out, soapy water out, fill it up with fresh water, and go through and rinse everything until there's no more soapy bubbles coming out, and let it dry. And it's marvellous what a job it does. This is by far and away the best way to clean a seat belt that I've found. It's, see the dirt coming out of it as I scrub, go up and down, and I'll go crossways. Okay, well that's all the bits that go inside. Goes up to there, that's the seat belt clip stopper there, so it doesn't actually disappear into the pillar any more than that. So I've done the bit that matters the most to get it to wind up tight again, retract properly. So I've taken a bit of timber away now, and I'll give the seat belt a bit of a rinse. I'll wash some of the soap out. I haven't done it quite like this before. I usually put it in the bucket. Usually just put it in the bucket and rinse it, but I thought, oh, I'll try the hose this time, why not? There's a fair bit of detergent went into it, so I just used I don't know, about 4 or 5, I might even be nearly 8 litres of water, hot water, and a cup full of laundry detergent, and a good squirt of dishwashing liquid as well. I feel it on my hands, very very slippery alkaline feeling. Rightio. Comes up like new. Rightio. When it's dried out, I'll give a demo, and I'm confident it will retract all on its own. Before I started this, it wasn't. I should have done a little video of that, but you probably know what that feels like, where it won't retract on its own. So let's see if it'll retract on its own after this, once it's dried. Okay, so this is the passenger side of the Prado. As you can see, it doesn't want to retract on its own. And I suppose having this bit of wool doesn't help much either. But you can see how dirty it is. So it's done up. So what's it about? Yeah. So I'm going to give all this a clean here. So let's the dirt must get in the webbing, I think, and it just doesn't retract very well once it gets into up to the dirty bits. Take this off. Velcroed on. The first step is to pull the seatbelt all the way out, and then I get just a clothes peg and put it on there, and that jams it out. So I'll go and get the bucket of detergent now. So I've got a bucket of detergent, sit that right up as close as I can, so I can get as much of the seatbelt in there. And put it into soak. Let's put that in there to soak for a bit. Put this towel down here. Keep the seat dry. Go and get a bit of timber. I've got a bit of, I just call it 4x2, but it's 850 long, 35 by 90. Just seems to be the right length for this job. So start off. Don't need to be too fussy at the top here because it doesn't get dirty. Come out often enough all the way out. These clamps are very tight. Handy struggling to close them. That's alright. Get in the bottom here. Go. So I turn it over, go on to the next piece and turn it over, go on to the next piece, turn it over, and so on. You get the idea. You can probably see the dirt coming out. Now let's turn it over to do the last side. Make sure it's tight. It's got to be tight. You can't sort of scrub it with a stiff brush unless it's tight. Taking all my strength from my 60-year-old hot hands here to it takes a while to do all this. It's worth it, I think. The alternative. Buying new seat belts. We're not afraid of damage in any way, but I'm happy to give them a clean and keep this car going on 400,000 kilometres. I think I've washed these before. I've had this car for 8 years, but I've done this procedure on a couple of other cars since and sort of come to this method that you see now that I find the most satisfactory. That's it. What I'm going to do now is give it a rinse and let it dry. So I've let the seat belt dry and it's going back in. Better than what it was before. It's not perfect, but you can sort of feel that the belt is a lot more supple, I think, softer than before, and you can certainly see that it's cleaner.